Alan Cumming spills on his stern castle daddy persona for The Traitors, Season 3. No, we're not talking about a daytime soap opera. We're talking about Season 3 of The Traitors, first 3 episodes now streaming on Peacock, then weekly. Traitors is the reality series that invites contestants to a remote Scottish castle for twisted mind games and physical challenges. And it's hosted by none other than the scheming Scot himself, Alan Cumming. Well, Cumming, 59, isn't quite as devilish in real life. I am the host, but I'm playing a character of a host, very much so, he says. I don't even sound like that, I put on a funny accent as well as a look and tone. In real life, I don't go around quoting Shakespeare all the time, and I certainly don't boss people around. And I'm not so aggressive as this sort of stern castle daddy. Cumming and his fabulous fashion choices are synonymous with the show at this point. He won his first Emmy for hosting the series' second season after being nominated for his role as Eli Gold on CBS, 2009-16 legal drama, The Good Wife. His extra thick accent, peppered with whispers and quippy quotes at the ready, is half the fun of watching. In fact, he's acting a storm more than even I did on The Good Wife, probably. Lord of the Flies, with Botox. Cumming is the constant in the US iteration of the British franchise where faithful players vie against traitors for a cash prize of up to $250,000. The traitors, mostly stars from other reality TV series, gather and pick faithful people to murder, while the faithful players and traitors among them banish people they worry are deceiving them. While a reality show, it exists in a world far from it. As it goes on, people get more and more sort of maddened and irrational because they're in this sort of bubble and they think of nothing else, Cumming teases. The new crop of contestants in Cumming's spooky castle includes Chriselle Staus, Selling Sunset, Wells Adams, Bachelor in Paradise, Sam Asghari, Britney Spears' ex-husband, and Dorinda Medley, The Real Housewives of New York City. And if the initial episodes are any indication, be prepared for as cutthroat a season as ever, sort of like Lord of the Flies, with Botox, Cumming says. The Traitors, recap, see who was murdered, banished in Season 3 plus surprise players. What to know, when does The Traitors, Season 3 premiere? Release date, cast, where to watch. Would Alan Cumming play a traitor or faithful? This season's original traitors are Bob the Drag Queen, RuPaul's Drag Race, Carolyn Weiger, Survivor, and Danielle Reyes, Big Brother, and Boston Rob, Mariano, Survivor, later joins the group. There's fireworks and conflict galore in the turret, Cumming says, as each of their strong personalities collide. The first Traitors kill this season is Medley, a disappointment for Real Housewives fans who revel in her penchant for drama and chaos. It's such a departure from the reality that I've done on The Housewives, you know, where you run your own show, she says. This is completely out of your control, and you really are taken into a new world. And that's it. The knives fall as they may, and you have no control over it, and half the time don't know what's going on, and because they create such the environment of intensity, you're in it. She never would have expected being killed off first, and dare I say, I think I'm going to be missed because I had a lot of good content I was going to put out there. If given the chance, Cumming would love to play a traitor himself. That said, after hearing a traitor's rationale later this season, I would never have thought of any of that. I wouldn't have had a clue, and I would have just sort of gone with my gut. That's how he approaches his work, too. His career has spanned all kinds of roles across many genres and mediums, from TV shows like Good Wife and The L Word, to movies Spy Kids, Josie and the Pussycats, and Goldeneye, and musicals Cabaret. People recognize him for all of the above, but the fan interaction that stands out most is someone telling him, "I love your soap," referencing a fragrance he had out at the time. A diversified portfolio indeed. It's a really terrifying time, he adds, of concerns about Trump's impact on queer and especially transgender rights. So even in the sort of bubble of liberal New York, people are scared, and I'm myself wondering how long it will be before I feel uncomfortable.